Hello, and welcome to the Accessible Word Document series. I'm Robert Beach, Assistive Technology Specialist at Kansas City, Kansas Community College, and I'll be your host for this series of lessons. But before we get into the lessons, let's cover a few basic points. Firstly, what are accessible documents? Documents designed to be used by as many people as possible, regardless of ability or disability. Accessible documents are documents designed with accessible elements in them to improve inclusion. Accessible documents do not contain inaccessible elements. It's pretty basic. Why are accessible documents important? Firstly, accessible documents are more usable by everybody, not just individuals with disabilities. So the elements we include to make a document accessible also make it more usable. Accessible documents are easier to revise and update. Therefore, you spend less time maintaining documents that are created accessibly than you would documents that are not created accessibly. And most importantly, they provide inclusion for individuals with disabilities. If you work for a federal agency or an entity that receives federal funding or any level of education, this point is crucial for you. Lisa Mew first developed the LIST method of teaching accessible documents. LIST stood for links, images, styles, and tables. She considered these the four most important parts. If you can get these four elements made accessible, you've made a giant step toward making your documents usable by as many people as possible. My friend Gary Dietrich learned this method and decided to add color to it because color is also a very important element of a document. So she had CLIST, color, list, images, styles, and text tables, sorry. Then me, not being able to leave well enough alone, decided to expand it even further, and I came up with the LISCA method. What is LISCA? L still stands for links, but also includes list now. I is still for images. S is for styles because they provide the structure that makes our documents more accessible and usable. T is for tables, but also for text boxes. C is for color, but also conversions because we want to convert our accessible Word documents into other formats and maintain their accessibility. A is for the accessibility checker tool. I think everybody should know how to use and should use the accessibility checker tool on their documents. The Web Content Accessibility Guidelines were developed by the World Wide Web Consortium, the W3C, and were designed to make web content more accessible for everybody. And while WCAG was designed for web content, the principles can be used for other digital documents as well. I won't go into the details of WCAG guidelines, but I will talk about the four basic principles when applying these elements that we're going to discuss. What are the four basic principles of WCAG? Perceivable. The elements we include in our documents need to be perceivable so that individuals using the documents will know they're there. Secondly, operable. The elements we include in our documents, whether they be images, tables, etc., need to be operable. I need to be able to interact with those elements to get that information. Thirdly, understandable. The information we include in our elements, whether it be an image, table, etc., needs to be understandable by the end user. And lastly, robust. Our documents need to be able to be used by a wide range of technologies, including assistive technologies. The next few lessons, there'll be about 10 of them, we'll be looking at the elements of an accessible document. We'll be looking at the four principles of WCAG where appropriate and showing how these elements are important to accessible document design. Feel free to contact me outside the lesson if there are questions that I did not answer. I'll do my best to answer questions and provide other resources. My contact information is Robert Beach, Assistive Technology Specialist, Kansas City, Kansas Community College. My email address is rbeach@kckcc.edu, and my phone number is 913-288-7671. Repeating that, my email address is rbeach@kckcc.edu. www.lynxcc.edu, and my phone number is 913-288-7671. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in Lesson 1 on links.